Hello. Hold on. Accidentally smashed my keyboard earlier. Okay. I think that should be good. I low-key forget I have all those keybinds, but I want to say sorry for having to cut the stream short. I promised my best friend that I would watch Cujo with her, which is about this dog who gets rabies and gets low cuckoo. And then we also had to watch the new Black Butler episode because I didn't have time Saturday. I was originally going to go to the pool today, so I wasn't going to stream. But my plans ended up getting canceled, so that happened. Let's see. I guess this is where we're at. We make it to the stairs, stumble down to the first floor. The music is still playing. The patrons are still embedding. They look up as we race and shove and push our way through. Just when we make it to the door, Gidget appears at the top of the steps, pointing down at us and flanked by her groupies. Get them, you idiots. That's an order from your queen. Girly. Shit. We practically fly outside, out into the midnight air, the sound of mugs slamming and chairs scooting right behind us. To the pier, come on, Ginzo yells and then beckons me off to the right. I go caneering after him, staggering and lurching, one hand to my head to keep the world from spinning. Around the next corner, my legs twist over themselves, give out, and send me face first into the brick. Fuck! Ginzo rounds back, yanking up on my shirt, tugging on my arms. He must do some mental calculations at that point. As he looks at me, he looks behind us. Because in the next moment, he's got my thighs and has scooped me up and over his shoulder, huffing and puffing and dashing down the street towards the pier as I hold on for dear life. Good thing you're light as a stick, he gasps out between breaths. We don't have far to go, just down the winding road. But already I can hear footsteps behind us. Lots of footsteps. And shouts, too. I don't dare look up, instead keeping my eyes clenched shut and my fingers clamped in the fabric of Ginzo's jacket. Once I hear the gentle slap of water, I know we've reached the pier. Ginzo stops momentarily, turning first right, then left. He starts forward again, towards the edge, towards the water. You're gonna have to jump for me, Eggs. My heart skips a beat, but I brace myself all the same. And in the next instant, Ginzo drops me to the ground. I look forward just in time to see the blue slope from earlier. Ginzo already at work on the rope, keeping it tied to the dock. I should have jumped in, no questions asked. But in that overly curious moment, I glance behind us and instantly freeze. Sissy! Sorry, my old cat that basically has dementia at this point is meowing. Hold on, let me go grab her. Or are you gonna run off? Okay, I think she's actually staying. That's good. What is this? Okay. Sorry about that. Have to get situated. And instantly freeze. I think I already read that, but whatever. The whole town is racing down the road after us. The feet slam against the bricks, arm raised. Shouts and yells and whoops and hollers ripped from their throats. It's like the entire army of the apocalypse is bearing down on us, ready to rend us from limb to limb. Or limb from limb, whatever. Get in! I hear Ginzo's voice, but it doesn't register. He's got the rope untied, but I can't seem to move. All I can do is stare at that teeming, writhing mob barreling towards us. God fucking damn it. That's the last thing I hear. Before Ginzo football tackles me square across the middle of the boat. Across the middle. Both of us flying off the edge of the pier and landing hard at the bottom of the boat. My head rings, vision swaying. Air knocked from my lungs and hovering somewhere up above my gasping lips. Fuck, I hear Ginzo groan. He's got his head clenched in his hands and curled into a ball next to me. But we're moving. Away from the pier, away from the throng of angry townspeople. As my gaze clears, I can see them standing on the edge and shouting at us, shaking their fists as we float away. That reminds me of something. I don't know what it reminds me of. Oh. Hold on. Oh. Anyway. Ginzo pushes himself to his feet and raises his own fist in return. Yeah, good riddance. I, however, stay down. The panic has finally begun to recede, but it leaves a hole in its place. A strange hole that leaves me somehow hollow, empty, feeling nothing and everything at once. I raise my hand. It's shaking. Why is it shaking? Then tears come, blurring my eyes, hot and stinging as they pull beneath my eyelids, and wind rivers down my cheeks. Ginzo rubs his face, repositions his cap before returning his attention to me. He immediately blanches. When I think of blanch, like the word blanch, I think of Gravity Falls. I also found out, I think like last year, that was an actual song that Seuss was singing on the radio or whatever. Or with the radio. I don't even know. I'm not how to word that. Anyway. Fuck eggs. He starts as he kneels down beside me, voice catching. What did she do to you? What did she do to you? I can only look at him. Look at him as though I don't even know who he is. My chest so tight I can't breathe. Hello? Oh, I had to click enter again. I don't know if it's going to be like, I don't even know. Ginzo cleans me up as well as he can, using water from the lake to wipe the blood on my cheeks and dab at my eyes. I can't even imagine what I must look like, and my vision still seems off. Everything has a sort of hazy outline to it, and it's hard to focus. Then we try to sleep. There's nothing else to do, nothing but float. Float and wait. I close my eyes against the darkness, against the chill of the night air. But every time I do, I can see her face. I can see those eyes devouring me and feel those thumbs digging into my brain. You'll be mine forever, my own little Eggie. I gasp, open my eyes, look up into the sky and the sea of stars. My body shivers. I push myself up to a seat, leaning forward on my knees. Chill sweeps up my arms and down my back. Hold on. I can see Ginzo curled up on the other side of the boat. He's got his arms crossed in front of him and is using his cap as a pillow, snoring softly. I move before I have the chance to think about it, crawling over, my fingers trembling against the cold plastic of the boat beneath them. Damn. Yeah, okay. Ginzo, I whisper, my voice shallow up in the blackness. Oh my god. Ginzo, I whisper, my voice swallowed up by the blackness. It leaves a hollow lump in the base of my throat, and I suddenly feel incredibly exposed. Ginzo shifts, squinting up at me. He starts to get up, a look of worry crossing his face. I don't say anything. I throw one last glance at the spot I had been advocating moments earlier. Then lie down next to him in silence, my forehead just barely touching his shoulder. I feel Ginzo tense next to me. Sorry, I just needed a screenshot of Ginzo's face. this already. That might happen soon. Is this okay? I asked softly, hesitantly. He swallows hard. Of course, as long as it's okay with you. I let a shuddered breath and closed my eyes. Ginzo finally seems to relax next to me. He lies back down, shifts again. When I creak one eye open to check, he seems to be struggling with where to put his hand. It hovers in the air a moment, then rests on the ground between us. Finally, he curls it up into the crook of his elbow, lacing his arms across his chest. My eye flutters close again, and this time I don't see her. We float across the water the rest of the night. And when I finally creak my bleary eyes open again, it's morning. The sun is well overhead, and we're surrounded by nothing but blue as far as the eye can see. Ginzo is already up, examining the pile of spare boards at the bottom of the boat. He looks tired, but smiles all the same when he sees me awake. Sorry. We take turns rowing using the boards. I'm unsure if it does anything, but at least it feels more productive than sitting there twiddling our thumbs. We don't speak about what happened. That would make it too real. Instead, we sit mostly in silence, rowing, resting, watching the sunrise overhead, then begin its slow descent back down. The sky has just started to turn a soft shade of pink when Ginzo makes a noise. He points in the direction we're floating. Spires on the horizon. Land. I smile in spite of myself. Thank fucking God. We both sat rowing now, anxious to be back on solid ground despite the fear of what might await us. Nothing could have topped what just happened at this point, right? Right. The floating spires turn out to be attached to a castle, a large castle. And as we row closer, it looms all the larger, soaring walls, giant towers, twisting walkways, and glittering red peaks. Ginzo's silent as he looks up at it. I toss him a glance. Everything okay? Oh, yeah. Everything's, right as rain. But I catch a smile falling when he thinks I've looked away. There's a scraping rumble beneath us, and the boat slows to a stop. We've hit land. There's no dock or pier here. Instead, the lake simply glides up against the bank, almost like some kind of grassy beach. We hop out of the boat into ankle-deep water and drag it the rest of the way. It's getting pretty dark now, and I'm not too keen on walking around this place at night. I pad further up onto the bank, my feet squishing inside my shoes. What now? Ginzo wanders over. For a second, he looks at me as though he wants to say something, but he ultimately remains quiet. I see him scratch at his calf with the side of his foot. We check out the town? I say, breaking the silence. There might be some place for us to get some sleep. God knows we could both use a soft bed at this point. Yeah. Hold on, what time is it? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to take my meds in like 9 minutes. So I'm gonna just go ahead and take it now. I have an alarm set for 12 because I sleep until like 10, or at least I try to when I'm not woken up by someone or something. So instead of having my alarm set for 10 and it wakes me up because I like to wake up on my own and I don't need an alarm. It's summer, ho. Let me sleep. Sometimes I sleep until 11. I just set it for 12 because it's after lunch. I usually eat lunch at like 11:30. So. Yeah. Well, come on then. I start to turn away, only for Ginzo to step forward and grab the sleeve of my shirt. Iggy, But he doesn't continue. He stands there for a moment, his brow furrowed and his breath heavy. I wonder what he wanted to say. I say that as if I don't already know. I'm like I'm like a friend who's like already watched the movie and is watching it with you and it's like, here comes the good part. Except it's a 24-hour game play. Anyway, but I can't remember if I said this. And I swear I catch the tiniest hint of pink on his cheeks. Then he seems to realize what he's doing because his eyes go to the grip of his fingers on my sleeve and he jerks away with a start. Oh. Sorry, he mumbles, gaze dropping to the ground. I raise a brow. What is it? Nothing, just me being stupid is all. What else is new? Am I right or am I right? I blink. Right. Anyway, what were you saying? We find ourselves a place to shack up. Sounds great to me. God knows that I'm about ready to lose my mind at this point. Just give me a few hours to not have to worry about whether or not my mom will have someone to take care of her in her ripe old age. God damn, it's getting dark out. Come on, eggs, let's blow those popsicles. Damn. Before it gets so dark we can't even see our own dicks. Your logically sound knight shall lead the way. Who is DMing me? Oh, it's the cat bot. Anyway. What was I? Oh, I was gonna say, that it's really funny because he was trying to, like, make Iggy forget about... Hello? Sorry, I can, like, hear myself in my headphones, like, repeating. It's kind of weird. It's like, but it doesn't sound like me. It's like, but it's like my voice, if that makes sense. It's like snippets of what I'm saying. Okay, I need to stay on topic about what I was wanting to talk about, but I was gonna say I think it's funny, and that's why I started laughing because Ginzo was basically trying to make Iggy forget about what he was gonna tell him. And here in a minute, it'll become obvious, and I'll tell you about what he was wanting to tell Iggy whenever he gets married and pops out like 5 kids, or well, he's not popping out 5 kids, but his wife. If he gets one. Even though they wouldn't do it. Yeah, I'm not gonna continue spoiling, I guess. I'm insinuating, I guess could be the word. And with that, he takes off. I watch him putter his way up the hill. What the fuck? But for multiple reasons, now is not exactly the best time for me to be mulling over the complexities of Ginzo's deteriorating psyche. So, or is it psyche? Psyche K! Sorry. With a little shake of my head, I start after him. Just over the hill is a small dirt patch. It curves around a few fishing shacks before gradually morphing into a cobblestone road that leads towards the castle town we saw from the boat. It's eerily quiet, though. I don't spy a single soul besides the 2 of us. Even the fishing shacks look abandoned, some of them standing with their doors wide open while others are completely boarded shut. The whole place looks deserted. Are we the only ones here? But Ginzo's already a good couple of yards ahead of me. I'm not sure if he doesn't hear my comment or just doesn't acknowledge it. I jog to catch up. Ooh. And I notice him start to walk just a bit faster. He doesn't look at me. I chew on the inside of my cheek with a frown and simply fall into step behind him. At least it doesn't take long. Soon we make it to the town proper. There are more buildings here, cozy cottages and apartments, quaint storefronts, airy cafe areas. And in the middle of the main square, a fountain tinkling away. But it's equally as deserted as the fishing shacks. Nothing and no one in sight. Damn, this place is like a ghost town. There's got to be someone here. Maybe we should split up. Yeah, split up and look. I don't say anything for a moment. Then, what? My voice crackles with a squawk. There's not even anybody here. It'll be fine. Besides, it'll take us forever to search this whole place if we don't. I I guess. Okay, cool. Give me a shout if you find someone. You just wanted to get away. He's too embarrassed. Sometimes I do wish I had a webcam because I make faces. Like, I'll make sounds with the face I'm making, but y'all can't see the face I'm making. But also, I do like VTubers. I don't know. Oh, I need to, like, this is gonna take forever, but, like, in the future, if, like, this does end up working out for me, because, I mean, I do enjoy this, so I'm probably gonna continue, even if it's slow and takes forever, but, because I know gaining followers is difficult. But I might try to get one of those, like, face, like, what's the word, like, the one that, like, face tracks you and, like, everything. Not just, like, a little PNG tuber. Even though I do love my PNG tuber. Because then you can see my silly little faces I make without seeing my face. I would still need a webcam for that, but oh well. I just stand there, watching him scuttle away. They always use the funniest words when talking about Ginzo walking away. Paddled? Scuttle? Hello? Sure. Okay. I say to the empty air. I frown and scrape my feet over the cobblestones. Did I do something wrong? I try to replay our previous conversation in my head. I must have said something really awkward maybe. It wouldn't have been the first time. Oh, here's my alarm. But the idea that Ginzo wouldn't want to be around me makes it feel like there's a big cold stone just sitting right smack in the middle of my gut. I give my hair a flurried tussle and let out a groan. I'm overthinking this. I should go search the town. The sooner we find someone, the sooner we'll rest, even if only for a bit. And so I wander off towards the nearby buildings. Hello? I peek my head into what looks like a deserted cafe. Anybody home? I step inside and the door clunks shut behind me. It suddenly feels incredibly quiet. I poke out my bottom lip with a bemused glance about the premises. It's a cute cafe. Or at least it would be if there weren't. Or at least it would be if it weren't dark and eerily deserted. I let myself amble somewhat aimlessly around the main dining area, almost as though making a show of searching for someone. But clearly my heart isn't really in the search. I sit down at one of the tables instead, rest my chin in my hands. Maybe he's really annoyed at me. I wouldn't blame him. I annoy myself all the time. I pause, blink. I'm still thinking about him? What's wrong with me? I've never been so hung up on something like this in my entire life. Or someone. I tap my finger idly on the marble surface of the table. It's true. My feelings towards Ginzo are different than my feelings toward others. I feel very safe around him. Oh, are you leaving? Bye-bye. Talking to my cat. That guy belong somehow. It's the same thing I thought earlier back in his shop. Being around him doesn't sap me out of energy like it does with others. And when he smiles at me, it makes me happy. Happy? It makes me fucking ecstatic. I groan and rub at my face. I don't like this. I don't like this one little bit. Why can't I have normal feelings like a normal fucking human being? Everyone else in the entire world seems to have figured out this shit already. A sound outside catches my attention, and I just turn my head. And just as I turn my head, it grows from a lone clatter to a veritable catastrophe. What the? I jolt from my chair, heart quickly leaping into overdrive, then run towards the door, eager to catch the grain. Hello? The sound continues. Hold on. A scuffle of some sort, then abruptly come to a stop. I keen my ears, fingers trembling nervously against the wood of the door. Okay, you've got me. I surrender. Who are you? You don't look like one of the citizens here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy on the goods. I like it rough, but not that rough. Disgusting human. I'm taking you in. His Majesty will love playing with you. Genzo. I react before my brain has a chance to register what I'm doing. Is this what I think it is? Or I think it is. I storm straight out the door. Genzo, only to instantly blanch. Genzo is being held aloft in the middle of the street by a duo of rabbit guards. Sorry, I'm trying not to laugh. Because if this is the scene I'm thinking of, it's really funny, but I also got a lot of secondhand embarrassment from it. If it's not, no, it has to be. I don't, yeah, no. Extremely tall rabbit guards. And at my brazen entrance, all 3 sets of eyes turned towards me. Who's this one? Scrawny little guy, ain't he? Genzo's face has gone wide. That's our... Then he seems to get an idea. Boys, you better watch out. I'm getting away. He begins to wriggle and tug against the rabbit's grip. Stop that wiggling. 284, would you give me a hand? You know, I really wish you would call me Jerry. Sissy, you just left my room. What are you meowing about now? Anyway. So, Jerry is important. He is in one of the side games. Is he in 2? No, I don't think he's in 2 of them. He becomes important in Arc 5. Just gonna let you know. Like, really important. Both rabbits turned their attention back to Genzo. I can only imagine this was supposed to be some kind of distraction so I could run away. But fuck that. I would on a swivel, I search my environs for something long and hard. My gaze lands on a rake leaning up against the side of the cafe. Perfect. I grab it and let out a roar. Then charge. The rabbits never see it coming. I whack them across the shoulders, their backs, their legs. Again and again and again and again. One whip-like lash after the next until my breath is run ragged and my voice hoarse. When I finally pause to admire my handiwork. Sorry, I'm like actually dying inside right now. Because like me and Iggy are basically the same damn person. We're twinning. I can't show you hand motions. I use it as a dog tail. Like, me and him are literally like crossing your fingers like that. We're like that. That's how we are with our personalities. And him doing that just makes me want to... Anyway, I see both of them just staring down at me in confusion. None the worse for wear. What the hell does that mean? Even Genzo's eyeballing me as though I've just sprouted a second head. Shit. I readjust my grip on the handle of the rake. You have to try again. I raise the rake back above my head, only for the nearest rabbit to swat me across the back with the flat end of a spear. The impact sends me straight to the ground. Oh my god. I can do this, guys. I can do it. I lost about a second after my skull hits the cobblestone. Then blackout. I'm awoken from my stupor by the slap of marble against my face. I groan. A tendril of drool works its way down between my lips to tickle the tile. What the hell? I love the boarding in this so much. Eggs. A voice hisses next to me. When I blurrily sit up, I see Ginzo with his arms held behind his back by one of the rabbit guards. One of the many rabbit guards. Oh. My eyes widen as I attempt to comprehend our situation. There's a whole circle of them surrounding us. And past them, the room opens up into a gigantic hall with ceilings that reach for the sky. I can only stare up in awe as I try to massage away the residual pain in my jaw. Eggy! Ginzo hisses again, then tugs against the grip on his arms with a grunt. Let go of me, you overgrown Easter bunny! He manages to wriggle free with one last zealous teep and promptly face plants onto the floor. Apparently the guards don't actually care at this point because they don't try to re-grab him. Iggs, you okay? He asks with a shake of his head before crawling over. That big lug-a-bug whacked you a good one. I rub at the side of my head. I think so? Just a little out of it. I toss another glance around at our surroundings. Where are we? That big eyesore of a castle we saw up on the way. Somebody's clearly compensating for something in this place. I can't remember if you said that last arc, but I love it. Ginzo's smile falls, then returns, then falls again. He scratches at the hair beneath his cap. You, attacked a 7-foot-tall rabbit with a broom for me. I stop, stare at him. Feel my cheeks start to burn. It, was a rake, actually. Oh, right. Attention! The sudden screech from behind us nearly sends my hands to my ears, and the rabbits pull a quick, synchronous salute that echoes off the walls. It's quiet for a moment, then there's a slow clap. Guess what it is? From the far hallway, a small figure emerges, clapping its hands together slowly. That was quite the show you put down in the village. Yay! It's Orlam. Fucking Orlam. Sporting a gaudy as fuck crown, a red velvet cape with white and black fur, and escorted on either side by a pair of over-embellished rabbit attendants. My jaw drops nearly to the floor. Ginzo wobbles to his feet. I can see him trying his hardest not to laugh. Well, that explains the aura of portentous dickhead dripping off the walls of this place. As a pleasant mouth, as always, I see. But what it doesn't explain is why the fuck you sent your long-eared flunkies after us. Do you even know how many times those things have tried to kill us? But Ginzo, dear, they're only doing their duty. Orlam oozes over and loops an arm around Ginzo's shoulder. The constant surveillance is essential to the smooth operation of this kingdom. After all, we wouldn't want any I'm trying to think of how to I am not trying. Running amok down here. Now would we? He gives Ginzo a sardonically affectionate squeeze at this. Ginzo looks about 50 shades of uncomfortable. I guess not. Besides, I'm a busy man. I can't keep track of everything my men do out there. Let me make it up to you, Orlam leans in close. It's a wonder their foreheads don't touch. Ginzo forward, probably pulling away and raising his fingers with a snap. Guards, get them cleaned up, would you? I want them to look spotless for the feast tonight. He glides away, and as a set of rabbit attendants scurry forward, bobbing and bowing, and ushering us off. It's all I can do to shoot Ginzo a look of sheer bewilderment at this rapid-fire series of developments. What? The actual... Fuck. Never in my life have I felt more exposed. Standing in the middle of the tub, my arms raised, I eye my rabbit attendant warily as he scrubs me down. Is this really necessary? I ask, trying to disguise the tremor in my voice as I watch him tackle my thighs. Stand still. I jerk back up to attention and spend the rest of the bath with my eyes trained on the far wall. Once the cleansing has finished and I feel as though I've lost about 3 layers of skin, I'm toweled off and dressed in a thick white robe. What the hell am I hearing? Is it the trash people? I can't remember. Wait, did I read that? Yeah, okay, I did read that. Then it's off to the large vanity where my curls are blown dry and where I'm given a choice view of the state of my face for the first time. I grimace in the mirror. My eyes are a strange mix of purple and red and dark, like 2 sunken holes in the middle of my face. And they're surrounded by thick purplish brown rings that make me look like some kind of degenerate raccoon. My cheeks are lined with more bruises, a strange mixture of green, purple, and brown, dotted with dark red scabs. My attendant finishes brushing out my now fuzzy hair, and I place my glasses back on my nose, thankful their thick frames hide some of the damage. There's a knock at the door, and another rabbit enters the room, holding a neatly folded set of clothes. It takes me a second to realize they're my own. Wait, when did you... Oh? Excuse me. They've been cleaned and dried and perfectly pressed. I have no idea how. I couldn't have been in the bath for longer than 20 minutes. I'm given no explanation, of course. Instead, shuffled back over to the changing area, where my attendant probably sets to work fitting me into the newly cleaned attire. I raise my arms and he tugs my shirt over my head, smoothing it carefully across my front and back, then tugs me into my pants and cinches the waist tight with a clasp. Infantilized doesn't even come close to how this entire situation makes me feel. Once I'm finally finished, my attendant leads me back out into the hall. Ginzo and his attendant emerge from the door on the opposite side at almost exactly the same time. He looks disturbed. Is that the weirdest fucking thing you've ever experienced, or did they do something different to you? He hisses as our attendants guide us back downstairs. You mean the bathing and everything? Yes. Then his eyes grow sharp. Nobody did anything to you, did they? I blink, look away. My cheeks feel warm. No, it was fine. A little uncomfortable, but that was all. I see him chew on the inside of his cheek as he looks at me. Finally, he gives my shoulder a little squeeze of reassurance. You're safe now, yeah? Not that I really trust that fucker downstairs, but what's the worst he can do? Weird as the fuck out like normal? A laugh. I simply nod. Oh, accidentally. There's, wait, hold on. Did I? No. There's a lot more he can do, I fear. Let's just go back to last arc where he tried to boil you alive. I know you don't remember that, but... The cold sense of dread clutching at my bowels has yet to fully recede, but I can feel its grip loosen somewhat. Move along, one of the attendants barks from behind us, which sends us scuttling back into gear and moving quickly down the hallway. As we're descending the steps, Ginzo starts to fidget. Hey, sorry about earlier. I try to turn, but the rabbit attendant gives me an impatient shove from behind to keep me moving. Back in the town. Needed some time to think is all. It's fine. It was a good idea to split up, I say quickly, waving my hands in dismissal. Ginzo just winces. Then we reach the bottom of the stairs. He turns his attention to our increasingly grandiose surroundings. Is that how you pronounce that? What is grandiose? Oh, hold on. My mom texted me. Okay. She was just asking me why I didn't go to the pool. Okay, Grand Ois? Impressive. Oh, okay. It's like impressive, imposing. Yeah. Excessively grand or ambitious. Okay. Let me see how to pronounce this. Let me disconnect my headphone real quick. Oh, hold on.
Grandiose.
Grandiose. What?
Grandiose.
Grandiose. Hello? I like grandiose better. Titanic-sized flags lie on either side of the corridor, almost as though welcoming a colossal beast. And a brilliant red carpet bisects the middle, leading the way to an equally as impressive door. Jesus. 2 rabbit attendants step to the side as the doors open on their own like magic, revealing an enormous golden ballroom. And at its center, a long table piled high with some of the most opulent food I've ever seen in my life. Ooh, hold on. I'm trying to think if this is in this arc too. It's really funny. It might be. My eyes practically bug out of my head. But even as I eye the food, I can feel a strange gurgle of disquietude? Maybe? Bubbling up inside my gut. Next, my Gizzo doffs off his cap and holds it to his chest. Mary, Mother of Jesus. Hungry, gentlemen? You have walked an awful long way. You deserve a treat. Gizzo twitches. I'm not even going to comment on how weirdly sexual that sounded. Orlem just smiles, his already heavily lidded eyes squinting further in amusement. Yes, everything is sex to you, isn't it? Have you always liked to have your cake and eat it too? Oh, because you're the patron saint of purity. Orlem ignores him. He ambles over and throws his arms around both of our shoulders. Come, enough loitering around this drafty doorway like a bunch of simpletons. My chef has put a lot of heart into this meal. It would do him a disservice to let it get cold. Ginzo winces, but allows himself to be guided towards the table all the same. It's a rather tempting sight. We're seated on either side of the table, more sets of rabbit attendants scurrying to ready our chairs. Orlem himself sits at the head of the table in an extravagant throne that looks like it could fit 5 of him inside of it. He leans back amongst the pile of cushions and blankets lining the seat, chin balanced on his palm. Then he raises his arm in the air and snaps his fingers. One of the rabbit attendants waiting beside the far door darts over and places a golden wine glass in his outstretched hand, then immediately fills it. Orlem swirls it, takes a sip, glances at God. Orlem swirls it, takes a sip, glances at us, both simply watching him in awkward disbelief. He waves a hand in exasperation. Eat. I sat my head back down towards the food. I am hungry. Famished even. Though something about the food seems off. Something I can't quite put my finger on. Something tingling in the back of my brain like a dream fizzling on the edge of my consciousness. I shake my head. Now's not the time to let myself get disconnected from reality. We need to eat, if only to regain our strength. With only a slight pause, I reach forward and begin grabbing some of the best-looking items off the table, filling up my plate. Ginzo snores as he forks a giant slice of roast and rips it in half with his teeth. He can rip something else off of his teeth. What? Who said that? What the fuck? What? He doesn't seem at all concerned about the food if the giant pile on his plate is any indication. You've sure got everyone whipped around here. I mean, what do you expect? I am the king. I can do whatever I want, and no one's gonna stop me. Takes another gulp of his wine. It feels good to be respected for once. I poke at my potatoes and watch the gravy run over the side into my asparagus. When I glance up, Orlem's looking at me. He's got that little grin again, almost as though he can somehow feel my growing discomfort. I bring a spoonful of stuffing into my mouth. Haircut, Iggy? What? I probably choke around the spoon. What? I probably choke around the spoon. Your hair, I couldn't help but notice. It's lacking its usual volume. Bit choppy, though. Should go to somebody else next time. I drop my gaze to my plate and swallow the stuffing with an over-exaggerated gulp. Sissy! Right, yeah. Orlem rests his chin on his fist with a snicker. At any rate, can I get you gentlemen some wine? His arm goes up before we have the chance to respond. Another snap sends two rapid attendants to the table with ready glasses to serve us. I'm not really sure I should be drinking alcohol right now, but I also don't feel like I'm in a position to say no. Sure. Don't mind if I do. Ginzo promptly downs about half the glass in one gulp. I just look at mine in growing discomfort. The deep red color makes it look like blood. My stomach twists. I turn my gaze back to Orlem instead. He's not looking at me anymore, or the food. In fact, his eyes are very focused on Ginzo. He's staring at Ginzo, leaning forward, his chin in his hand, grinning from ear to ear. His gaze follows Ginzo's every move, from the movement of the wine glass from mouth to... Hello, welcome back. Are we coming back to lay down? From the movement of the wine glass from mouth to table, to the forkfuls of cottage pie he shovels into his mouth. And if my stomach had been twisting before, it's absolutely contorting now. Why does this all feel so familiar? And not just familiar, dread-inducing. Orlem picks up a fork and uses it to cut off a small piece of bright red meatloaf. He jabs it into the tines, then floats it in Ginzo's direction. Try some of the loaf. No! I reach forward with a squawk before I can stop myself. Both of them turn towards me with identical looks of confusion, and I feel my cheeks start to burn. What's wrong, Iggs? Got something against meatloaf? Ginzo just laughs. I don't know what to say. I don't even know why I'd done that myself. I tug at my collar, all of a sudden feeling very warm. I just had a bad feeling, is all. I bring a hand to my face. I don't know. Orlem lowers his fork with a smile. It's no surprise, really. You seem to have gone through quite the ordeal. I can't have been good on your mental health. I lower my head, clasp and unclasp my hands, or I guess, yeah, I suppose. Meow, 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 meow. Orlem stares at me a good second longer. He takes a sip from his wine and sits back. You didn't have to run. Fuck. You didn't happen to run into Gidget, did you? He asks, balancing his elbow on the arm of his throne. I twitch as a chill runs up my spine. Gidget. My throat feels incredibly tight. You'll be mine forever. I'm having trouble forming the words to a response. Fortunately, Ginzo saves me. We sure fucking did. Not that it did us any favors. God. He says with a grumble that sends tiny flecks of cornbread out through his teeth. Oh. Orlem raises a brow. And here I thought you'd be treated as honored guest, given Gidget's pallid proclivities. Hello? Another twitch. My own little Iggy. I stare down at the spots on my pants. Is it blood? I can't tell. There had been so much of it, seeping down my cheeks, flooding my eyes. She's doing quite well for herself, though, yes? In some of those shoots, she's doing positively erotic. Orlem rubs his chin with a lascivious skyward gaze. I confess to having subscribed to her work myself. I get it every week through the Royal Mail. I'm not one to say no to the innate beauty of the flesh, after all. Not that I don't get my fill here. Why, I don't go to bed with a different... God, I can't read right now. Why, I go to bed with a different woman every night. The noble woman can't... Oh my God, I'm having a stroke, I think. The noble woman, they can't get enough of me. I keep special house and close by for the most desirable of my royal subjects. We have grand parties every night. Sometimes I even have 4 or 5 of them join me at a night. Oh, shut up already. No one wants to hear about your gross sexual escapades. Ginzo rolls his eyes. Orlum stops, gives Ginzo a blasé glare. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you're only interested when there's men involved. Oh my God. I do really, really like that line. I do have a picture of it on my phone from when I first played it, because I was like, oh my God, damn! What? Because I didn't know anything about the game. I mean, I've been giving y'all a lot of hints. Yeah, I've been implying it a lot, so. Yeah. I think you can tell what Ginzo is. Ginzo's face goes white. Orlum! He hisses, all of a sudden looking incredibly nervous. This seems to give Orlum a pause. He blinks, looks at me, then practically melts into an impish little smirk. Oh, I see. You still haven't told him yet, have you? Told me what? Oh. Damn. I ask with an arc of my brows. He taps his chin. You know, I did always wonder why you never told him. In particular, isn't he your best friend? Orlum, please, Ginzo's brows twist in a panic. I hear his chair squeak as he jerks forward. Because it's really curious if you think about it. Orlum taps a finger to his lips and peers at the ceiling as though really ruminating on this. Ginzo just throws a harried glance in my direction. He looks as white as a sheet. But before he can say anything, and before the pieces can fully connect in my head, Orlum turns his attention back towards me. But not nearly as curious as Iggy. Ginzo, I can read, but Iggy, you've always been a bit of an enigma to me. He leans forward, hand in his chin and eyes narrowed. The sudden scrutiny makes me sweat, and I pull on my collar as I shift back in my chair. Me? I'm just me. I mean, I don't have any... Yes, just you. The you who's had a beautiful girl fawning on him for years that has never reciprocated. And as far as I know, you've never dated either. No, not even in college. Don't tell me, says Sweden in amusement. Something's broken. It's not it. I'm adding extra damn words. My tongue feels about 5 times its normal size. I can feel the flush rising to my cheeks. Is it physical? Little Iggy not able to rise to the occasion? Orlum looks positively fascinated now, leaning up and out of his seat in his growing excitement. I can make something else grow. What? Who said that? Who said that? You good, old lady? Or could it be mental? A childhood trauma, perhaps? Did someone take advantage of poor little Orlum? Ginzo rises to his feet so fast he nearly knocks his glass over. For fuck's sake, leave the guy alone. Orlum, sorry, I'm just thinking about the option we're gonna have in a second. So funny, sorry. Orlum grins, but he does sit back, lounging in his throne with a swish of his wine glass. I was merely asking him a question. You know, guy talk and all that. We never have done enough of it. I can feel sweat leaking down my forehead and the back of my neck, soaking into my collar. I look from Orlum to Ginzo, then back to my lap. I need to say something. I love sex. I'm just picky. I can't remember what I picked last time. I think I picked I love sex because it was really funny. And I was like, you know what? So I think I'm gonna go with I'm just picky. I'm gonna save real quick, not gonna lie, in case I don't like the outcome. I guess I don't know, picky? Just haven't found anyone I really like yet. My head sinks lower and lower towards my collarbone. Picky isn't really the right word. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't really understand it myself. I just don't have the urge to do that with, well, anyone. I'm overcome with a feeling of shame. Maybe I am broken. I stood down at my lap, my fingers curling into the fabric of my pants. There's picky and then there's ridiculous. Orlin finally says in wonderment, taking an overly large sip of his wine. When I finally summoned the courage to raise my head, I see Ginzo staring at me. His face is, well, it's unreadable, is what it is, which makes me feel even worse. I quickly snap my gaze back towards my food. The tendrils of doubt that had been semi-successfully The tendrils of doubt that I had been semi-successful at trimming back are beginning to resprout with a flourish. I need to steer this conversation in a different direction. Pronto. I take an overzealous bite of the sausage and promptly choke. So, anyway, as between coughs as I pound on my chest. I take a slug of wine to wash it down. What are your plans? I mean, down here with all of this. My plans. Orlum sits back, gazes around. Turn this place into a proper kingdom, I suppose. There's still so many efficiencies, I smirk, and I'd like to eventually expand. So much of this world is still unexplored. Think of all of that untapped potential. I pause with the tines of my fork between my lips. That sounds pretty extensive. You're not going back then? I throw a glance towards Ginzo at this, perhaps searching for a backup. I don't know. But he's not looking at me. He's grown quiet and is now just poking at his food. Oh, of course, I will eventually. But what's the point of rushing back? A bit of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity we've got here. I wouldn't want to waste it, I guess. My gaze falls and I let my fork drop back to my plate. What little appetite I had has vanished completely. I'm not feeling too hot. I bring a hand up to my forehead and wipe the curls from my clammy skin. My throat feels positively parched. I'm positively parched. Sorry. I grope for my wine, but must misjudge the distance because I promptly knock it over instead. Shit. I jerk forward to catch it? I don't know, but the damage is already done. The red quickly seeps across the tablecloth. I'm sorry. It's no bother. These things happen. Orlum snaps his finger and a set of attendants rush over to begin mopping up the mess. Shame tickles my cheeks. Ginzo finally looks up at me, his face softening in concern. Everything okay, Eggs? You don't look so great. I don't? I pull anxiously at my collar. I guess maybe I am feeling a bit weird. This is apparently enough to prompt him into action because in the next moment he's to his feet. He turns to Orlum. You've said you've got rooms for us? Of course. A bit of rest will surely do the trick. He's no doubt exhausted. Orlum just smiles and snaps his fingers again. Guards, take Ignitus to the room we've prepared. He needs his rest. Two guards emerge from the main doorway. They march over and pull my chair away from the table. I stand up with a little... Oh. Hold on. With a little wobble, the rush of blood sending momentary stars across my eyes. Ginzo hesitates for a second, then he's pushing himself up and away and making his way around the table. He reaches me as the guards start leading me towards the exit. You sure you're okay? Damn. He reaches for my shoulder, then seems to decide against it. He pulls back. Or you want me to make sure you get settled in case you need anything? I pause for a moment, then nod. Sure. Despite the awkwardness at the table, having a familiar face in this place would still be a welcome respite. Though perhaps not just any face, his face in particular. So long as he doesn't think I'm a complete weirdo after all that. But even if Ginzo does think that, he doesn't say anything. In fact, he actually seems somewhat relieved at my response. He gives a little smile and reaches forward, tentatively placing a hand on my shoulder for support. Then the guards lead both of us out of the hall. Back at the table, Orlam is lounging in his throne, eyebrows raised in curious thought as he watches us sleep. Sleep well now. My head is really starting to feel fuzzy now. Well, damn. Sorry, just some loud ass thunder. Fuck. Sweat dribbles down the back of my neck and a cold chill sends goosebumps up and down my arms. The guards take us up multiple flights of stairs and my legs feel more jellified with each landing we reach. Finally, we turn down a hallway lined with ornately carved doors. They open the second door on the left and beckon us inside. It's delightfully dim, nothing but a fluttering calandra, I think, which is this, like this type of lamp, maybe, on the bedside table to light the room. And quiet, too. Somehow it cools the intense beating starting up in the back of my head. Come on, let's get you in bed, Ginzo says softly and leads me towards the bed. It's enormous and piled high with soft white pillows, and when I shark off my pants and slip under the sheets, feels heavily on my skin. Thanks, Ginzo. Hey, what are friends for? Am I right or am I right? But he seems to grimace to himself at this. Anyway, he glances around. Maybe I should shack up on the chair over there, yeah? In case you need anything. Once you're good and out, I'll find one of those rabbit fells to show me my own room. I nod, but already my eyes are starting to creep shut. Tired. So tired. I don't even see Ginzo finish his trek to the chair before they close completely. Hot. Dizzy. Tired. There's a thrum at the base of my skull and my face feels clampy and flushed. I hope I haven't come down with something. I wonder for a moment if Ginzo is comfortable, then drift off into restless sleep. She's after me again. I can see her around every corner, hands outstretched, breath hot and face flushed. Icky, she coos. I can feel her hands on me, my cheeks and neck, running through my hair and sliding across my chest. You're mine, Iggy. Now her hands are roving lower. Her fingers dance across my stomach, play with the fly of my pants. You don't need to be confused anymore. I'll fix you, Iggy. They dip inside. I open my mouth to protest, but now her hands are there too. On my cheeks, clutching into the skin, wrenching my head backwards even as the other set of fingers begin to explore, begins to caress. I'll teach you exactly what you should want. Her thumbs find my eyes, pushing. I scream, but nothing comes out, then sit up with a gasp. Black. Everything is black and quiet. Quiet except for the rapid hammering of my heart. Where am I? I look around, rub at my face, rub at my eyes, check that my eyes are still there, still intact. Holy hell, eggs. I jerk back at the voice, arms curling around my midsection and shallow, dry breaths pushing past my lips. Hey. Movement. Then something sits on the side of the bed. I see Ginzo's cap first, orange even in the darkness. As my eyes further adjust, his face comes into view, round and worried. You're fine. Everything's fine. Mumbling and moving something crazy in your sleep, though, he chuckles. Mine zeroes in on him, on that one point of comfort and safety in the inky blackness of the room. Then I move forward and curl up against him, my head on his shoulder. I feel him tense against me. He doesn't move, not at first at least. He just sits there, muscles frozen. Sorry, his face is really funny. Then he looks skyward, as though seeking out an answer from some otherworldly being. Finally, he brings his arm around me, shifting me over into his lap and gently repositioning me against his front. Yeah, he whispers. You're fine. You're fine. I breathe into his shoulder, long, slow, deep, calming breaths. My heart slowly begins to decelerate, soothed by the soft motion of his hand against my back. It's like being in a nest of warmth, completely and utterly safe, just lying there, his chest moving up and down with his belly, calm, secure. I sit up slowly, just enough that I can see his face, and then I do something that I've never done in my entire life. Sorry. Oh my god, yay! I was when I first saw this, I was practically jumping up and down. I jumped out of my chair and was like, woohoo, yay, yeah! That was me. Accurate reaction. We're gonna continue with the dialogue and I'll explain what I promised to explain. I press my lips against his. It's quick and soft and chaste. Barely more than a brush, really, but it's still a kiss, an actual kiss. His hands stop moving, clenching instead against my back, and his chest rises suddenly with his sharp intake of air. I pull back. He just looks at me for a moment, eyes wide. Holy hell eggs. It's his same line from earlier, but now it's low and hoarse. I hear him swallow. He opens his mouth, closes it, then opens it again. Finally, I've been wanting to do that for... He doesn't finish. He doesn't look at me either, staring down somewhere around my clavicle, his hands clenched and unclenched in the fabric of my shirt. Sorry, fuck. Don't look at me. I'm all fucking... He looks at me and I swear I can see water dancing on his eyes. He grabs me, pulls me in tight, kisses me again, harder this time. One of his hands digs into my curls as the other moves up and under my shirt, fingers rubbing my skin. Now it's my turn to freeze. My muscles lock up, breath catching in the back of my throat. My heart starts up again faster and faster, thudding painfully against the inside of my chest. He's so notice almost instantly. He stops and pulls back. Oh, fuck. Wait, was I wrong? Fuck. No, I'm so fucking stupid. My body calms down, slipping as my muscles untie themselves. I bring a hand to my face, to my hair, rubbing at the damp skin. Now comes the fear of rejection, fear of the anger that will follow. I shake my head. No, I swallow, my throat dry. I just can't. That makes me uncomfortable. I bite down on my tongue, trying to search for the right words. That kind of touching? I went, then pulled my hair with a groan, frustrated at myself, embarrassed at myself. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me. Maybe I just need more time. It's not that I don't like you. I think I might like you very much, but the anxious feeling of awkwardness grows with my every word, and I can feel myself shrinking in on myself in an effort to disappear. Ginzo blinks in silence, then cocks an eyebrow with a smile. The fucker actually laughs. Oh, is that all? You actually had me worried for a sec. I bring my head back up, face no doubt a weird mixture of confusion and apprehension. You think I care about that? Fuck eggs. To be honest, I feel I always kind of knew, but I don't care. I don't care about any of that. Just being with you is enough for me. More than enough for me. You don't think I'm broken? Bro. He stops, blinks, looks at me with a mixture of confusion and sadness. Fuck that. Fuck what? And fuck anyone that thinks that. God. Okay. I'm gonna stop right here and explain. So, take back to, 2 streams ago, I believe. At the beginning of this arc, where we went to Ginzo's shop, and we were sitting outside drinking some beers, and he was like, what did he say? Do I have it saved? Probably not. Arc 1, Arc 2. Okay, I don't think I have it. So I'm not gonna go search for it right now. I'm lazy. But, I can probably just, hold on, gallery. Huh. Oh. I think that might have been arc in the remaster where it actually showed us sitting down or something. I don't really remember. But, like, we were at his shop, right? Main point. And so he was like, something, I'll tell you once you've married and you have 5 kids, or when you move to, like, New York and you got this crazy fancy gig with, like, a penthouse and women going after you all the time. Something like that. And basically what he was going to tell Iggy, it's kind of obvious, like, is that Ginzo likes Iggy. He has since, high school? Even middle school, maybe. If you remember the reason he's blind, the little bed incident. Anyway. There's a little proof. Proof, like a... There's, like, an example, I guess, more. And then, obviously, what he was gonna tell him when they first, got up on shore to the castle was, like... He's been wanting to tell Iggy for so long. Now he just has never had the confidence to tell him. He's been afraid of rejection, you know? Anyway. Cat's out the bag. And since he says he's not comfortable with, this is about me and him, how me and Iggy are literally the same person. How he's like, I'm not comfortable with that kind of touching. It is canonic, he is asexual, and he does come out to be that in Arc 5. It's not a blig, the fuck. It's not a big, crazy plot point until Arc 4, really. And bits of Arc 5, because mostly Gidget. But I mean, I feel like it's kind of obvious. And I'm also asexual, and he kind of real for that. We literally like that. I know y'all can't see me. Anyway. He reaches forward, grabbing me back into a hug. The calm, gentle warmth of the previous hug, just holding me against him. There's nothing wrong with you. Don't let anyone ever make you think otherwise. You hear me? It takes a second for the impact of this to fully resonate with my brain. Then it hits me, and it's like a wave of something just completely runs through my entire body, my muscles, limbs, everything going limp with a release of tension I didn't know I had been holding. My chest unclenches, my heart unclenches, even my eyes unclench, quickly filling up with big, salty tears. It's okay. It's actually okay. I'm okay. This thought seems to spark me into motion, to return control to my body, and in that instant, I return the hug with everything I've got, squeezing myself against him and into him, my own safe little cocoon, where there aren't any expectations, no judgment, just love, acceptance. I'm not sure how long we sit there, just like that. Finally, Ginzo's grip loosens, and he runs a hand through my choppy hair. I'm guessing you're still fuck all tired, yeah? I'm pretty fucking exhausted too. Maybe we could get some sleep then? He glances over at the pillows and winces, suddenly unsure. I mean, if it's okay. It takes a moment, then I realize what he's asking. I grin somewhat awkwardly. It's fine. His resulting grin could have lit up the room. Okay. Oh my god. I keep remembering really funny stuff in this arc, but also really sad stuff. Sorry. I crawled back over under the covers as he slides out his jacket and heavy pants. Then I watch him come rolling over to join me. Soon both of us are curled up beneath the sheets, eyes closed, breath heavy, and my head just barely touching his shoulder. I don't see her again the rest of the night. I'm genuinely trying so hard not to laugh right now. Oh. The next time I open my eyes this morning, the sun is pouring in from the window to paint warm squares of light across the sheets. I've left a night. Who is texting me? Oh. Never mind. It's my friend. It's my friend. Hello? They just sent me a picture of the scrunkliest cat I've ever seen. Hello? Sorry. Billy's. Sorry. God. I've left a nice patch of drool on the pillow, and a thin layer of crust has built up in the corners of my eyes. I blink, yawn, push myself up to a seat with a quiet groan. Ginzo's still asleep next to me. He's on his back, face pointed at the ceiling and jaw slack. Thin, whistling snores punctuate his breaths. I watch him for a few moments, hugging my legs in against my chest. I can't stop the small smile forming on my lips. For the first time in, well, a while, I feel calm. It's nice. Oh, my brows furrow momentarily. What does all of this make me then? I never thought about it before. Maybe because thinking about those expectations made my mind want to avoid the topic altogether. But just being with someone, I like this. Girls, guys, apparently it doesn't matter. It's not like I've never had fantasies about being held before, of having someone there to care for me, care about me. But that warm presence has never had a face before, or a gender. All I know now is that if that warm presence is Ginzo, then I'd like that very much. Oh my god, the ending is gonna kill me of this arc. Like, I'm about to tweak, genuinely. I chew on the inside of my cheek. Then I feel the telltale need for release building up just beneath my stomach. I throw a glance around the room. No bathroom in here. There must be one in the hall. Something really funny is about to happen. So I slide off the bed and shrug my pants back on, giving my hips a little shimmy when my half-asleep limbs can't find the last bit of necessary energy to get the fabric over my thighs. I snatch my glasses up off the bedside table as I make my way to the door, pausing for a moment to let my view come into full focus before slowly and softly creaking the handle open. I slip out, pull the door closed behind me, search down the hall for any sound of a door that screams bathroom, but all of the doors look the same. I turn in the opposite direction, then nearly jump about 10 feet into the air. Orlam's standing 2 doors down, just watching me. He's got a trio of rabbit guards behind him. I take a nervous step back, open my mouth to say something. The sweet serenade of romance. Orlum clasped his hands together, bringing them to his cheek. He began slinking towards me. Have a nice night, did you? One cannot help but notice the gallant knight does not returneth to his room. Pray tell, was Hero's sword plunged into the gentle flowers, pushing blushing bouquet? Oh, God, I love Orlum. Like, genuinely, if you're joining my Discord server and look at my Discord account, since there's like a free week of Nitro right now. I think I still have free Nitro. Let's check that. What the hell? Oh, that was so scary. Yeah, it's just filled with Orlum. Profile pictures Orlum. The banners Orlum. I have a quote in my About Me that's Orlum. I have a picture from Arc 5. Like, it's a little... I don't want to spoil it. It's just Iggy and Ginza. Not Iggy, what the hell? Iggy and Orlum. And it's like, I need someone to do this with. Breaking heart emoji. I think I like Orlum, guys. Need to catch this cat, guys. I keep saying guys. What the hell? I turned away. It wasn't like that. Then started walking down the hall. Oh? Orlum's siddle. I think this was to say slides because I slides up next to me, lips curled into an impish grin. Oh, okay. Then perhaps true love doth reign over lust. How delightfully advantageous of me. What's that supposed to mean? I jerk away as he tries to put an arm around my shoulder. It's simple, really. Here I'm trying to figure out the best way to make my greatest adversary suffer. And now the perfect opportunity has fallen right into my lap. I stop, raise a brow, then turn towards him. I'm pretty sure this is when one of... Oh yeah, when does... Oh, hold on. I'll save right there real quick. Options, there we go. I'm a little stupid. Save the Last Dance. Okay, it is recommended to play after Arc 4. Fuck that. Because I would like to kind of play somewhat in order. I will play, because you can see like all the games. There's Save the Last Dance, which is the one that's going to be coming up in a second. Texting the Awkward Ace Guy you've had a crush on since high school. I'll play that after I finish the whole entire main game. There's a Where There's a Will. I haven't played it because I didn't really understand what to do when I tried playing it at my dad's house one day. So I can play that for the first time. Our Fantastic Wonderland comes sometime, I believe, Arc 4, Arc 5, something like that. I think it's right before Arc 5, and then Our Wonderland, not Our Wonderland, Our Cinderella, Our Cinderella I'll play after I finish the main game. So, yeah. I stop, raise a brow, turn towards him. A spark of unease runs up my spine to the base of my skull. What are you talking about? But the answer's not to come. I see Orlum raise his hand to his sides in amused futility. Then suddenly something comes down over my head, encasing my face and plunging my world into darkness. I bring my hands to my neck, trying to pull it off, trying to wrench away from the hands keeping it there. But already my consciousness is fading in and out. Take him to one of the stalls, I hear Orlum say right before I pass out completely. The next time I open my eyes, I'm in a small rectangular room. Something itchy pokes at my cheeks and my arms, and when I pull back enough to bring the world into focus, I find myself laying in what appears to be a carpet of hay. What? I try to sit up, but quickly realize I can't. My hands and ankles have been tied behind me, making it impossible to do much more than roll over onto my back. I blink, squint, peer through my hazy vision. It's dim but not completely dark, and I can see the walls caging me in on all sides like a box of thick stone. There's a door a few feet away, nothing but a small barred window at the top to reveal the world outside. I groan, try to move into a slightly more comfortable position. Errant bits of hay scratch at my arms and poke my midsection. What the fuck is this? I remember Orlum, that cloying smile of his. Then after that, everything had gone black. Where the hell had he taken me? I let out a long, slow breath to try and calm myself down, even as the tendrils of panic rise up in my belly. This has got to be some sort of sick joke, right? I don't have to wait long. Only after a few minutes of uncomfortable silence, I hear footsteps in the hall, distant voices bouncing off the far walls. They approach the door. I can't tell how many there are, a good number at least, then stop. I hear Ginzo's voice through the open window. Surprise is in here. What is it? Your secret porn stash? What kind of messed up stuff do you get off on? He sounded annoyed. Oh no, it's much better than that, Orlum this time. Much more interactive. Oh, so you're fuck machines then. The handle rattles, turns, then the door creaks open. I instinctively recoil away from the incoming light. I don't see Ginzo's face when he sees me. I don't want to see Ginzo's face when he sees me. Somehow the thought leaves me feeling mortified. I hear him, though. Hear him suck in his breath, hear his feet skid against the ground, hear the guards grab him and hold him back, his grunts as he tugs against them. What the fuck is this? Then I finally look up. Orlum has his hands splayed as though about to present the prologue to a theatrical epic. What's wrong? Do you not like it? Did you hurt him, you sick fuck? Sorry, Ginzo's face. Just... It reminds me, like... Hold on. Let me see if I can... God, I'm really bad at finding stuff, apparently. Okay, here it is. Hold on. Okay, hold on. See, this is what his mouth reminds me of. This. Like. Hello, where did it go? Why did it flip? Why did it flip? What the hell? Okay, that was really weird. I'm still really new with all this. But, like, see? Are they basically not the same? Anyway. Oh no, not yet anyway. Simply giving him an insider's tour of my stalls is all. They're quite handy for detaining unruling it's that word again. Until it's their time to brew. Ginzo gives another jerk against the guard's grip, and for a moment actually seems to slip away enough to take a step forward, but they quickly recapture his arms. His face has gone completely wide. You let him go, you hear me? You got beef with me, you take it up with me. Leave him the fuck out of it. Oh, but Ginzo, dear, that's half the fun, don't you see? Ginzo... Oh, that doesn't say Ginzo. Orlum oozes toward Ginzo, hand to his chin and cocking his head upward. Torturing you would be fun, yes. But torturing the thing you care about most, see you wriggle and squirm. Ugh. Sorry. He brings a hand to his cheeks, face flushed. I'm getting all hot and bothered just thinking about it. What the actual fuck is wrong with you? Is this just because I made fun of you as a kid? Ginzo huffs with another jerk. Made fun of me. Made fun of me. The pushing and shoving, the humiliation. The, oh, let's ignore Orlin for a day. It'll be so funny. The, oh, let's throw our erasers at Orlin while no one's looking. It'll be hilarious. The, oh, haha, Orlim's mother killed herself. Let's tell Orlim he should kill himself too. Orlim clenches his hands in his hair, his voice hoarse and strained. And to top it all off, when I finally thought that maybe we, but you left me, you fucking asshole. You left me in that dark room all by myself. For once, Ginzo looks uncomfortable. His eyes grow tight as his lips twist downward. I did try, you know. Orlim continues, hold on. A tiny chuckle at the back of his throat. 5 times I tried. Twice I almost succeeded too. His lips curl into a wide grin that stretched across his face, pupils shrinking. You made my life you made my life a living hell. A laugh. But now, another laugh. I get to make your life a living hell. Orlim, I was a kid. Kids do stupid stuff. Ginzo starts, but even he seems to have trouble putting any conviction behind the words. His voice cracks and beads of perspiration begin dotting his forehead and cheeks. Let's just calm down, yeah? Talk things out, find a way to make this right. Orm starts giggling. It's mannequin squeaking, the force of it sending his shoulders up and down in glee. But that's just it. I've already found a way to make it right. I do really like chronically insane characters. Twists back towards me, face contorted and eyes wild. Then dances over, yanking me up into his arms like a limp rag doll. You know, I thought a lot about what I should do. All the delightful little things I could do to make him squeal. He squeezes my cheeks, popping out his eyes, for instance. Then shakes my head side to side with a click of his tongue, or snipping off his itty-bitty toes, one by one. Orlim, stop! Ginzo's voice is low and shaky, a guttural desperation to it I've never heard in him before. But Orlim continues, shaking his head at his own fine stupidity. But then I thought, why go through all the mess when I had the perfect solution already? This is a slaughterhouse, after all, and the slaughterhouse have ways of dealing with their more troublesome tenants. He stands up, letting me slide back down into the hay, then steps back. Immediately, 2 rabid guards move forward and grab me, undoing the tie on my wrist so they can encase them in 2 chain manacles attached to the opposite wall instead. I try to twist away in panic, my heart beating louder and louder, and my gut twisting with a violent retch. Ginzo? I throw him a despondent look, breath coming out in quick, terrified gasps. Ginzo is jerking and yanking and tugging at the guards again, his face strained and flushed. Orlim, you fucker, stop! I can hear tears in his voice. But Orlim doesn't stop. He steps towards me, now strung up between the 2 walls, the manacles biting into my wrist and giving my cheeks a little slap. Open up. I glance in confusion and he shoves a thick piece of cloth in my mouth. Before I can question what it's for, the guards sling another piece over my lips around my head. They clench it tight at the back, making it impossible to spit it out. Don't want you biting that tongue of yours off. He's already dealt with that. Orlum is crouched down a few feet away, his attention focused on a box in the hay. At least not yet. He adds with a little grin as he snaps it open, pulling out what looks like a cattle prod wrapped in rusted wire. I call this my piggy prodder. He stands back up and gives the stick a little wave. Quite adept at keeping little piggies in line. Sometimes I just have too many to deal with, you see. That's when a little zap. He presses the button and sparks dance off the edge. To the side of the head can really make my job easier. Of course, sometimes I like to have a little fun with them at first. He saunters towards me, grins somehow stretched even farther. How many jolts until her heart stops, for instance? That's a fun one to play. All I can do is look up at him, shaking my head in a silent plea for mercy. Orlum, the tip of the rod jams into my stomach, and in that second, everything goes wide. It's like someone shoved a knife straight into my gut. A sharp, stabbing pain blossoms out from the point of contact, ripping into my nerves and sending them screaming one after another. My muscles tense, lock up, then recoil into the span of less than a second. And then my body flies forward against the manacles, arms ramrod straight, so forceful that the iron slices into the skin of my hand and wrists, and my glasses go flying off my head. I can't move. I can't think. I can feel my body shaking, convulsing, wave after wave, hot white pain sending my muscles into repeated spasms. The world is on fire. I'm on fire. I can smell myself burning, charring. Fuck, when will it end? Finally, he pulls it away. My body slumps downward, vision warbling, consciousness coming, going, white, black, white, black. My muscles twitch, my quivering arms make the manacle chains clitter and clatter, and I feel hot liquid seeping down my wrists and my arms from where the iron sliced through the skin. The steam wafts up from the charred fabric of my shirt, now melted against the red blistered skin, and crackling and hissing as it starts to cool back down. My cat has been here for a while. She's sleeping right now. I'm surprised. I'm being loud as fuck. Ginzo's frozen where he stands, his jaw slack and his face ghastly white. His brows are curled in a cross between horror and disbelief. Orlum, he finally says, his voice squawking and strangely hollow. Orlum, Orlum thrusts the rod into my inner thigh. The knife is back, stabbing inside again, wrenching, twisting, jerking back and forth, grinding against the tissue and muscle. My body jerks upward this time and away from the source of the shock, again yanking against the manacles, tearing into my skin, sending splatters of red into the hay. He keeps it there longer this time. My vision warps, body convulsing, muscles jerking, twisting, skin crackling. Now there are hundreds of knives, 1,000. They stab upwards from my thigh, slicing straight through the flesh and bone, up across my stomach, down through my calves. At some point I wonder if I even have any legs anymore. And I feel this one amorphous black hole of pain across my lower half. Orlum pulls the rod away. I slump down so hard my head bounces backward, twisting a muscle in my neck. My knees sink down into the hay. The steam, it's wafting up and off of me into droves now, gray and smoky. It swirls away from the charred hole in my pants and the cooked slices of skin peeling back from my thigh muscles. Wet. The front of my pants is wet. I must have peed my pants. This thought shames me, and I clench my eyes shut as tears threaten to spill over their edges. Orlum, stop. Orlum, please. Ginzo's crying now. I can hear the hiccups in his throat, and I can see the snot running down his nose and between his lips. He looks so distraught. Something about that sight, seeing him like that, breaks something in me, and I open my mouth even though the pain and the shakes and the world warping around me. I'm sorry, Ginzo. Only the sound that comes out of my mouth is nothing more than a muffled rumble, stifled by the cloth choking my tongue and throat. What's that? Orlum raises a hand to his ear and in a grand display of mock surprise. Do mine ears deceive me, or is our mutual friend attempting to talk? Orlum, stop. Ginzo hiccups. Let's see what he has to say. Orlum saunters over, smiles stretched from ear to ear. He cradles my chin in his hands with an almost gentle caress. There, there. Let's get this off you, shall we? He sings as he works the gag free from my lips. Though, perhaps Ginzo prefers you with something stuffed in your mouth, He turns back to Ginzo, eyes flashing. Not that you would have ever gotten to experience it. See, I'm practically doing you a favor. He runs a hand through my staticky hair. Ginzo clearly doesn't like this. He jerks forward against the grip on his arms with a strange grunt. A jaw so tight I can practically see it trembling. Orlum frames a show of terror with a laugh before returning to me. He taps my jaw with his finger. Now, what was it that you wanted to say? I look up at Orlum, then Ginzo. My body gives another twitch as tears begin running rivulets down my cheeks. I'm sorry. Only it's not more than a throaty cackle. What was that? Orlum brings a hand back to his ear with a flick. I blink the tears away and try again. I'm sorry, Ginzo. My voice doesn't even sound like my own, but it doesn't matter because I know he can hear because I can see his face soften through the watery veil of my eyes. Sorry? Sorry for what? Ginzo asks, the lips shuddering. I squeeze my eyes shut, open them. For all this? It's my fault. I opened the door. I swallow. I led us all to this. Ginzo's eyes dilate. I can see the wad of snot hanging from his chin tremble. He must be shaking. Then finally, it's not your fault, Iggs. He forces a smile. I should be the one apologizing to you. I swore to myself that I'd protect you. And even more than that, I should have told you a long time ago about everything, and I'm sorry for that too. I was just so scared. I see him swallow, his eyes tight, and I thought that you deserved better. His head falls, and the tears and snot from his chin, cheeks bounce to the floor. I didn't want to ruin your life. I can't do anything but stare at him. There's a pain in my chest and my throat, one that feels like it's twisting me in two. You didn't want to ruin his life, did you? I almost forgot about Orlum for a second, and when he breaks the silence, his words are eerily calm. He steps towards Ginzo, takes Ginzo's head in his hands, then wrenches his hair back with a manic twist. But you had no problem ruining my life. Orlum. Ginzo winces, his eyes clenched, but Orlum doesn't hold him for long. He lets Ginzo's head fall back with a distracted flop, his gaze pointed unseeing at the ground. You're sorry. He brings his hands to his head. You're sorry to him? Curls his fingers in his hair. You didn't even do anything to him. His lips twist into a grin. With a sudden jerk, he twists around, eyes widen as he stumbles towards me. I'll give you something to be sorry about. He raises a cattle prod above his head and belts me across the face. My head snaps to the side with a crackle of electricity, zaps all the way from my cheeks to my toes. Tears spring to my eyes as my body goes stiff as a rod, and my jaw slams down so hard I can hear them crack against each other, gritty bits of enamel dancing on my tongue. Orlum! I hear Ginzo scream through my haze. I wrench out a delayed gasp as the pain blossoms across my split jaw, but I'm not even given a chance to recover. Orlum clocks me on the opposite cheek, wrenching my head to the other side, sending another jolt straight into my brain. I can't move. I can only stare cockeyed at the far wall, jaw hanging limp from my cheeks and my eyelids twitching. Orlum, stop! I can hear the splinter and snap in Ginzo's throat. Are you sorry now? Ginzo just screams. He whips around on his heels and hooks his fingers into my hair, yanking my head backwards. Yeah. Ugh. Why don't you tell me how sorry you are? He points a prod straight at my temple. Ginzo's straining so hard against the guards now that they have to hold his head, shoulders, and arms. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I can't hear you, Orlum shrieks. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. But it's nothing more than a ruse. Orlum never planned to stop, no matter how many times Ginzo apologized. My gaze meets Ginzo's one last time. Then Orlum slams the tip of the rod straight against my skull. In that moment, everything goes white. I feel my body buck. Feel my muscles spasm and my head jerk against Orlum's grip out my hair. I can't breathe. Can't move, can't think. I don't even realize I'm screaming till my vocal cords spasm and cut off my voice. I don't even realize I've bit off my tongue until the blood starts bubbling up between my lips. It's boiling and frothing. Dark red foam fizzling from my nose. My eyes are stewing, melting down like gooey eggs. I'm sorry. I wonder for a moment if my brain is frying. Then the white turns to black. This is all my fault. Unfortunately, you were fried. But hey, maybe it'll taste even better now. Freak you, buddy. Orlum, I've already read this. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet this time. Orlum folds his arms across his chest, rubbing his chin in thought. He looks from me to Ginzo and back again, nods. Yes, I'd say he has about 3 more in him, don't you? He tilts his head upward, closes his eyes. Just that smell, it's giving me visions of dinner tomorrow. Maybe you'd like to join me at the table. Orlum, stop! Ginzo twists and jerks in the rabbit's grip. But Orlum saunters behind me now. Yes, this is always a good spot. Oh my god, hold on. He gives the rod a twirl, tracing a little pattern in the air. Then shoves it straight into the bare skin of my neck. Everything goes black, and for a good couple of moments I see nothing, feel nothing. I'm floating, sinking, melting into a pool of black. Then comes the knife, starting as a mild ting on the back of my neck, then growing, digging, wrenching, stabbing, until my consciousness rips back through me with such force it's like the air is being scooped from my lungs. My brain feels like it's on fire. My eyes bug out of my head, hot pulsing in, out, skin on fire, vision on fire, blistering hot and sizzling right next to my ears. Everything is shaking, everything is burning. He whips it away, and my body collapses with a snap. My ears ring, my nerves twitch and pop. My heart beats in erratic, arrhythmic canades. That does not say canades. Candices? My vision blurs in and out. Red, white, black, red, white, black. Hot. My head feels so hot. I feel something dribbling out of my ear. It pulls in the folds of cartilage, leaves my body stains as it splats down onto my shoulders. My hair is sizzling, sparking. Hold on. We need to give me a minute. Okay. It sticks up almost whimsically as coils of steam drip up and away from my scalp. Orlum tuts behind me. I take that back. He might only have one more after that. Ginzo is a wreck. The guards are practically holding him aloft now, keeping him from collapsing onto the floor. His shoulders lurch upwards in noiseless sobs. Orlum, listen to me, please. I'll do anything. You can do whatever you want to me, anything you fucking want. This seems to catch Orlum's attention. He stops, takes a few slinking steps towards Ginzo, nose pointed upwards and finger tracing his lower lip. Oh, anything it is. Ginzo just nods, tears and snot forming twin waddles beneath his nose and chin. I have to admit, that is a tempting offer. Orlem's hands go to his hips. He seems to be mulling this over. After all, why break you beyond repair when I could break you piece by piece and watch the hope fade from your eyes again and again and again? He snickers, biting down on the tips of his fingers in growing glee. Then jerks back to attention and snaps his fingers, pointing towards the door. The guards respond by nudging Ginzo back up to his feet and marching him out of the room. Then he turns back to me and motions towards the remaining guards. Take him down for now. I may need him again for later. I barely register as the two guards who manacled me earlier unlock the cuffs and pull my arms free, jerk the gag from my mouth. The skin on my right wrist doesn't want to unstick itself from the iron. It stretches with a sickening pop before snapping free and flapping uselessly across my palm. They leave me semi-conscious in the pile of pages, staring up at the ceiling, smelling my own fat burn. I don't even know how long I lie there. My body feels cold now. Okay. So, it is now time. I should have it downloaded. If not, it shouldn't take that long. I don't. Okay. I thought I did. Okay, let me download it real quick. Gonna go ahead and close edit save. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and save or close that for now. Okay. Oh, I keep hitting my mic. There we go. Boop. Oh, the freak. And then after this, I'll try to finish the rest of Arc 2. Probably should have downloaded this beforehand. I just kind of forgot. Oh, are we awake now? Hello, Missy. I need to I need to stretch right now. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Save the last dance. Okay. There we go. Yep. Okay, not gonna lie, this song is fire. I do like to keep it quiet to make sure y'all can still hear me and I can think. But yeah, basically... Oh, I thought my other cat was in here. This is basically what happens when Genzo and Orlum go off and leave Iggy by himself. So. Release him. This was actually the first game I played by this creator. Because at the time I didn't have a gaming computer, so I could only play in browser games because my laptop uses Linux to play games, and I don't know how that works. So yeah, but I've become actually obsessed with this game. I think it's kind of obvious, but look at you, a wibbling mess. Where'd that cavalier invective go now, Or have the pained cries of your pet finally robbed you of words? I low-key don't remember what ending is like canon. I mean, I know what happens after this, obviously, but I don't remember if that happens in here, if it exactly tells you. Okay, I'm gonna go with, don't call him that. How gallant. But I think you're really losing sight of the situation. Hi, Orla. I'll call him whatever I want. Leave us. This man is no longer a threat. He knows what will happen if he tries anything. Now, where were we? Don't cry. Everything will be alright. Though, my, doesn't this take you back? A darkened room, a lovelorn reject, weeping in solitude, yearning for that which was kept so tantalizing out of reach. Funny, isn't it? After all these years, you finally obtain it, only to have it ripped away. How the cruel cogs of fate do turn. But let's harden things up, shall we? After all, we have our own dance to finish. Yes, this is nice, isn't it? A nostalgic waltz, curdled and poignant redolence? God, I can practically feel the use dripping off me. Along with my dignity. As charming as always. But it doesn't matter. You'll be singing a different tune soon enough. I've thought about you a lot, you know. Since I arrived here, it was painful at first. So many reminders of what we shared, of the scars you'd left. But over time, I found myself caring less and less about you, about the pitiable existence I once accepted as life up above. You were something I needed to from my being. A parasite feeding on my heart. I'd have better taste than that. Conversation still as trying as ever with you, I see. Do the courtesies of discourse truly evade you, or are you trying to make me mad? Try? Insulting you comes naturally to me. Speaking without a tongue will come naturally if you don't keep that mouth of yours. Mind that mouth of yours. Best you not forget where you are, dear. I could have you and your rabbit on my plate tomorrow if you're not careful. I'm not sure you fully comprehend the gravity of your situation. Do you still think this is some kind of joke? Ugh. The joke? The only joke here is you. Thinking that anything you could do could change how I feel about you. Nothing could make me respect a pathetic loser like you. But yeah, play along with your little games. Do whatever sick things you want me to do. Just save someone who actually means something to me. Which is something I guess you could never understand. Because you've never meant anything to anyone. Ugh. Me too, Twin. Well, guess what? Joke's on you. You haven't saved anyone, because now I'm really gonna kill him. Nice and ooh, I love that. Sorry. Savoring every last second. And then I'm gonna serve it on my finest platter, right next to yours. Variation. Not canonically what happens. Just an ending. Okay, I'll do whatever you want. Will you now? How docious. I'd be remiss not to take you up on such a generous offer. Yes, sir. Oh my. This is a surprising development. Changing your tune so quickly. I do appreciate a quick learner. You must truly care about him, is that it? What does it matter what I think? Good answer. It doesn't. I've thought about you a lot, you know. What can I do to fix it? Dearie me, fix it? I'm afraid it's far too late for that, dear. Though I do appreciate the sentiment. Yes, there may be ways of mending things, But just how far are you willing to go? Would you serve at my beck and call? Join me at my table, even if I had a craving for white rabbit? White rabbit he does refer to, I guess, a what rabbit. Don't know why. He does have a fondment of rabbit. He is very fond of them. Is fondment a word? I don't know. Anyway. You bring the wine, I'll bring my stomach. Oh my. Champing at the bit already. Maybe you really have seen the error of your ways. I do enjoy a bit of character development. I must say, you're being awfully agreeable. I find myself pleasantly surprised. Mayhaps a little horrific trauma can change a person. Yes, sir. Excellent. Yes, I think we can make this work after all. Yes, sir. For once, I enjoy the words coming from your mouth. You'll stand beside me, won't you? Just the two of us, making our own rules. Bye, sissy. Don't go meowing like crazy again. Yes, sir. We'll get rid of that thing down the stalls, yes? We don't need him anymore. You don't need him anymore. Why is he so devious? I love him. Sorry. Yes, sir. Perfect. Then perhaps this calls for a little tears. For me? I killed him, Iggy. I killed him. Yay! True ending. Actually, what canonically happens. Quit. Okay. And back to our Wonderland. Give it a second to load. My neck hurts. Why do I have like a gotcha song stuck in my head right now and I don't know why? My body feels cold now, chills running up and down my spine, along my arms and legs. I don't move. Every once in a while a muscle somewhere gives a little twitch and my body jerks. 3 spots where he'd hit me with that thing have gone completely numb. Skin red, blistered, peeling, melting into the surrounding cloth. A white filmy layer forming atop the exposed tissue. Maybe I'm going to die. I don't want to die. I think of Ginzo. Think of lying together with him in that bed. The warmth of his arms as he held me. Hold on. Okay, that didn't really help what I just did, but whatever. My eyes grow warm again, warm and salty, but somehow the tears don't come. Only the sting, the clenching pain in my throat and chest and heart. Where is he now? What is happening to him? Is he thinking of me too? I cough, gag. Bile rises in the back of my throat, and I have to turn my head to the side as the vomit dribbles down my lips across my cheeks. Fuck. Brown drool hangs from the side of my mouth, a gooey snail. Snail? Why did I pronounce it like that? Feels like it's been hours already. Maybe it's only been a few minutes. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure I duck in and out of consciousness a few times. That's when I hear it, a clatter from down the hall, the hollow sound of iron on iron. I narrow my eyes, trying to hone in on the noise. Then footsteps, fast, running. A scuffle. It's right outside the door now. That sound again, something clanging, ringing, echoing, a fleshy rip. Then a slump, more clatters. A key turning in the lock. I look up as Ginzo stumbles inside. His eyes are wide and strained, and his face, his neck, in front of his jacket, everything stained red. He lurches towards me. Icky. He falls down beside me. I killed him, Icky. His voice catches, warbles. He swallows hard. I killed him. He looks at me, haunted and panicked. I didn't mean to. It just happened. I had to. Brings his hand to his face, clutching at his cheeks. When he pulls them away, I see him cringe, squint, wipe the tears and blood. I need to get you out of here, he finally says. And when his arms go around me, pulling me up, I feel him shaking and trembling against me. Come on. He hauls me up and onto his back, the normal scent of his jacket against my nose, now stagnant with the smell of blood. I took out all of them I came across. Hopefully we can make it out. He stumbles out the door, still trying to get me to balance across his back. I see the dead rabbit just on the other side, slumped against the wall. A bloody spear lies next to him, its tip decorated with hair and other gooey matter. I look away. Then we're moving down the hall, slow at first, then faster as Ginzo picks up speed. Door after door, one more rabbit, 2 more rabbits. His footsteps echo up and down the empty hallway, around the corner, past an intersection of corridors. Trash cat. He suddenly slows down, hesitates. He shifts me up again, arms tight around my legs, and I feel his muscles grow taut. I don't know. I glance. Damn, that's a shit ton of blood. I glance inside the open door on our left, just barely catching a glimpse of Orlum on the bed inside the room. His chest and throat are flayed, barely recognizable, and blood. So much blood staining his face, his clothes, the bed, and floor. I look away, pushing my face harder into Ginzo's back, and he moves forward without another word. We make it to a set of stairs. Then down we go, Ginzo huffing and sweating beneath me, the hall wide and cavernous around us. And at the bottom, we step out into the main hall. The door, the front door, it's there. But as Ginzo takes a step towards it, a sudden shout makes him freeze. We both look at the far hall to see a group of rabbits pointing and shouting. Shit. This spurs Ginzo into action. Using strength he probably didn't even know he had left. He sprints towards the door and slams his knee into the wood and kicks to kick it open. I swear I can hear his kneecap cracking, but whether it's a figment of my imagination or he's beyond caring, he doesn't acknowledge it. He pushes us the rest of the way, out past the heaving threshold, and into the open air of the castle garden. We're out. But Ginzo doesn't stop here. He keeps sprinting, past the bushes and trees and fountains, past the towering castle walls, past the bridge and moat and the path towards the village. He shifts left and starts towards the distant trees, away from civilization and any chance of running into more guards. I can feel him straining beneath me. His breath is coming out in short, jagged bursts. His heart is pounding through his back and against my cheek like a jackhammer. Once we're near the trees and there's still no sign of any guards behind us, I give Ginzo's shoulder a little squeeze and he stops. I slide off, holding on to his arm for a moment until I find my balance. You sure you can walk? Ginzo gasps out. He takes this opportunity to bend over, his hands to his knees as he gulps for air. I think so. I say though even I'm not sure. My body feels stiff and numb, almost like it's not even there. Ginzo wipes at his face, the sweat smearing the blood across his cheek. Come on, he finally says and grabs my hand. I curl my fingers between his as we begin to walk. We half jog further into the trees, into the woods and safety of the leaves. It's cooler in here, cool and dark. We press forward, moving quickly enough that I don't have a chance to look around, but not quickly enough that I miss the cloying tingle of unease run up and down my spine. There's something off about the air here, heavy almost, weighing down on my shoulders and making it difficult to catch my breath. Iggy. I swear I hear the sound of my own name, like a whisper through the leaves. I stop, look around, squint through the trees. What is it? Ginzo asks. But I see nothing, and I hear nothing more. I give my head a frustrated shake. Nothing. Ginzo gives my hand a little squeeze. It's warm and comforting, the only source of warmth in this entire forest. Come on, let's get to the other side of these trees. I feel more comfortable once we've put some distance between us and those rabbits. I nod, and then we're moving again, walking swiftly, dodging branches and errant roots, moving in and out between the trees. But the chill only seems to worsen, to the point that the hair on my arms and the hair that I still have left on the back of my neck begins to stand straight up with tiny prickles of disquietude, I think. That's when I hear it. The sound of an axe on wood. Somebody's felling trees? And close by, too. The further we travel, the louder it gets, almost as though it's all around us and everywhere. Ginzo, I whisper. But all of a sudden he stops and I feel his hand tying around mine. Bugs? It is Bugs. Not more than 20 feet in front of us, hacking away at a tree with an axe. There's already a pile of logs at her feet, but something's off. Hey, Bugs, Ginzo starts. You're, here after all? His voice trails off as though suddenly afraid of the answer to his question. Bugs takes another whack at the tree, her axe sticking in the wood. She stops, silent for a moment, then jerks it back out. She stands up straight, somehow taller, even than I remember. Then turns towards us. Need some wood, do ya? Ginzo tries again. Her eyes are dark. She doesn't even blink. Instead, her head cocks to the side as she studies us. What are you doing here? She finally asks, but her voice is scarily unrecognizable. It's low and breathy, almost like a growl rolling off her tongue. Ginzo must rethink his approach because he takes a step backwards with a nervous chuckle. Actually, we're just, passing through. Didn't mean to bother you. We'll be going now, so you can just keep chopping away. Ginzo, I say with a shuddered gasp, tugging back on his arm. You're here to take me back, aren't you? Bugs takes a step towards us. I can see the muscles of her arms go taut, bulging out against the skin as her hands tighten around the handle of the axe. No. Oh. Damn. Damn. No, we're not. You just, keep doing what you're doing. Hanar sent you, didn't he? I knew he would. He never lets me have any peace and quiet. She lurches towards us, 1 step, 2 steps, and we respond with an equal number of steps backwards. No idea what you're talking about. Hanar has got nothing to do with this. Honest, we were just going on our... Why can't you just leave me alone? She charges, and in that instant, Ginzo pushes me out of the way. A sudden sense of deja vu rushes over me as I feel the ground rushing up. Then there's a hollow, woody thud, and I see Bugs' axe struck in the bark of a nearby tree. She tugs at it with a grunt, her eyes flashing. We don't need any more provocation. We run, hearts thudding, breath panicked, shoes beating against the hard earth. We shoot through the trees, Ginzo's hand tight around mine and pulling me faster and faster. I can barely comprehend what's happening, everything rushing past at the speed of light. My legs struggling to keep up. Get away, get away, get away. My mind repeats the mantra again and again, and the time with my feet pounding against the ground. I can hear her behind us, hear the terrifying swish of her axe as she cuts the branches and leaves, hear her ragged breaths, and earthly snarls. I try to focus on Ginzo as I feel the muscles of my legs grow tired, weak, numb, and wobbling in their incessant forward sprint. Suddenly, Ginzo stops. My jaw hurts. It happens so quickly, I'm unable to slow down, and I go careering directly into his back. We stumble forward. It's a hill. First, Ginzo goes down, toppling down onto the leaf-strewn slope. Then I follow, hitting the ground hard and rolling, branches biting into my skin and rocks cracking against bone. Again and again, slamming to the ground, world spinning around me. When I finally slow down in my tumble and open my eyes, I find myself on the side of a cliff, only a few feet from spilling straight over the side and to a rocky landing far, far below. I suck in my breath, scoot away from the edge. Ginzo grabs my shoulder and pulls me back, his hands jerking me up to my feet. His fingers are trembling, footsteps behind us. She's there. We both turn to see her limping towards us, her feet dragging, her axe swinging. The very air around her seems warped like the air above asphalt on a hot day. Ginzo, I say again because there's nothing else to say. I'll kill you before you can take me back. Ginzo! Gore warning. I don't know how blood didn't get on his glasses. The rock bites at my knees as I crawl across the dirt. It's soggy beneath my fingers. Soggy and warm, and the smell, it's everywhere. Dripping down my arms, curling up inside my nasal cavity. I fight the urge to retch, even as I feel the bile rise to the back of my throat. Kenzo. Genzo's lying face down in the gravel. He's not moving. Of course he's not moving. His insides are falling out all over the ground. My throat hitches, and when I reach him, I roll him over onto his back. His intestines spill out in the process. Fuck. I need to fix this. Hands shaking, I scoop them up, push them back inside. The red maw across his stomach, threatening to swallow up my hands. Dirt and who knows what else goes in with them, but I don't care. I just need to get them back inside. Finally, I pull him up and into my lap. I can feel his brain through the soggy folds of his hair. He doesn't look like he's sleeping. He looks like he's fucking dead. Whoever spread the old wives' tale is a fucking liar. I close my eyes, let out a shuddered breath. I don't even realize I'm rocking back and forth. A strange melodic hum buzzing on my lips. It hurts. Oops. Oh. Fuck, it hurts. My heart feels like it's splitting in two. My chest like it's being stabbed with an ice pick again and again and again. I've never felt pain like this before. Make it stop. I clench my eyes shut so hard I can feel them pounding. Make it stop. Iggy. Maybe this is why. This is why I've never tried to get close to anyone, because I know it'll only end up in pain. The 31-year-old loser version that pushes everyone away, who shows an ounce of affection, who's too scared they'll find out who he really is, that he's not normal. What do you want, Iggy? Fuck. I've really fucked things up this time, haven't I? Why can't I do anything right? I'm a complete wreck, and now, because of me, Genzo's dead. I should have never called him, should have never gone to his shop, never have fallen for him. Maybe then he could have made it out of this whole thing alive. What do you wish for more than anything else in the whole world? Jesus fucking Christ, it hurts. What do I wish for? Wish for the pain to fucking stop. You can do that, can't you? Stop the pain. I was better off before I thought I had a chance at happiness, before I allowed myself to feel anything. Now all I feel is pain. My heart hurts so bad I can't take it anymore. I'd do anything to make it stop. Make it stop. Make it stop. Make it... I do want to point something out, so give me a sec. I'm sorry, Genzo. I'll have to try something else. Something else to... But even as my brain attempts to latch on to the fleeting sense of something very important, something I don't want to forget, it's gone. Replaced by the dull scratch of Mrs. Dawnish's trashman as she rolls down the driveway. There must be something stuck in one of the wheels, because with each rotation the bin lurches upwards and smacks heavily against the pavement. Roll, smack. Roll, smack. Not this again. I groan and shove my pillow over my head as I wait for the sound of something to drop. I pause. But why would I? I hear her stop, pick whatever it is up, then toss it back inside the bin. Roll, roll, smack. Roll, roll, smack. I lie there a moment, brows furrowed against my closed eyes, but ultimately shake it off. Okay. I thought I was going to say... They might have changed up the wording. I don't know. But basically, right here. It's gone. Like it's not coming back. I remember saying it's gone. Something's gone. I feel like I'm missing something and I can't get it back. So, there's that. I think I'm going to end this stream because my jaw hurts and I low-key want to go play freaking Royal High, maybe, or listen to music or watch YouTube or something. Hello? Oh wait, no, save. But my Discord server should be linked down in the bottom of my Twitch and in the description of the YouTube video when I post the VOD. So please check it out. It's kind of getting boring because no one's joining and I'm sad and lonely. So you should join. It'll be really cool, awesome. I'm awesome, as if you couldn't already tell. Okay, bye-bye.